The industry perspective is a space for those in the industry to speak freely about their experiences without fear of retaliation or a negative review.
Mm.
The views and opinions shared here are solely that of the individual and do not reflect the establishments in which they work. With that said, if you feel offended by these jokes, fuck it. We weren't expecting to get tipped by you anyway.
All right.
Bell it up, my guy.
Bell it up.
Bell it
Bell it
up.
up.
You don't even have the bell.
Oh, well.
Cheers.
Wow. I'll air cheers you.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Oh,
guys.
Cheers, you.
Cheers.
Cheers, you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me in.
Salute.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yo.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the podcast where we pull back the curtain and give you some insight what goes on behind the scenes at favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call that the industry perspective.
I realize now I should have made you do it on the last episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're getting applause here.
Sorry.
Hold for applause.
I'm that asshole who doesn't hold for applause. I just keep going right on through it. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Huzzah!
Hi,
Bitches.
everybody.
See, he didn't know the bitches was coming.
Yes. Yeah. It's
You
always
gotta tell people when the bitches are coming.
Yeah. You got to
You don't
tell them.
just
So
let
you
the
got to be
bitches
ready
sneak
for the
up on
bitch.
them.
You got to be ready for them.
So, what is it? What are you talking about?
It's just
One more time.
Huzzah! Bitches.
Huzzah, bitches!
There it is.
Boom.
There you go.
All right.
You got it.
Boom. Pick it up.
I got it.
Taking up what I'm putting down.
Whenever you,
Yeah.
I'll try to remember
There it
to do
is.
that whenever you're doing
It's,
it.
Yeah.
it's our catchphrase
All right.
intros that
Yeah,
we do.
we all have our own intro.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Speaking of intro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how about we intro the man of the hour and however long this takes? So I want to go ahead and say the first time I saw one of your videos, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But I thought that in a good way. Like, in all honesty, I thought it in a good way. I was just like, why is this guy standing in front of this place that I love to go to? And then he tells me what it is. And I was like, oh, I fuck with that. And ever since then, I'm like, we got to have him on. We got to have him on. We got to have him on. And, you know, for everyone else out there waiting, because you know my intros always take forever. So I ramble. We have the social justice warrior here, Nicholas. He's the guy that actually takes it a
Banner
step
white sheet.
further from what we do here,
Oh, yeah.
and really, really fights for those
He pulls up.
service industry workers. So thank you for coming on to the pod, man.
No problem.
And
Thanks,
welcome
man.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, it's interesting because I didn't plan on doing any of this, like calling people out. It all started with Mezcalero closing and how they treated everyone there and the late pay and everything. And I was like, if they were already closed and everything, and I walked past Mez with my lady Brittany, and I was like, hey, hold my phone real quick. I'm gonna just like do this video. And I was just like, she recorded, and I was like, hey man, like this place doesn't pay their employees on time, and the whole spiel, and called them out. And I was like, and it kind of blew up on Instagram and TikTok more.
I saw it on Facebook.
You don't on Facebook?
I saw it on Facebook.
What?
I actually
oh my
saw
god!
it
I'm
on
not
the-
even. Who posted it on Facebook?
It was in the there's this group. It's called DTLA Bartenders Group.
Okay.
That's
Is it
where-
the WhatsApp? Are you
no.
in the WhatsApp group too?
Oh no, just on
Okay.
Facebook. So I saw it on there and I was like, oh
None
shit.
of these groups.
Yeah, I
know.
saw it on that group.
You don't need to be because you have stable employment.
Yeah,
Redacted.
somebody posted it there and they're like, check this shit out. Like,
We're
like in a good way. Like, look
in a
what's
good
going
way.
on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's been
All the comments were like positive. and
Okay, good.
Stuff on there.
that's cool. Yeah.
What has been the reception?
It's been 90% positive, like hell yeah, and also like I feel like people are kind of tiptoeing like this is cool or not when I see people out in public or I go to bars that they recognize me from doing the videos that I've known since before doing the videos.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if they want to say that it's good in front of people that around them that don't think it's cool
Yeah.
that I'm doing this. But it's been like 90% positive, 10% not so positive. Like I've been getting death threats in my inbox and stuff.
What?
So
What? Just be better owners, and you don't.
Pretty sure they're from burner accounts, right?
maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean they're obviously like
Cowards.
the ones that say like the nasty comments always from
Yeah.
like no photos, no information on it.
Pussies.
And I'm just
Bitches.
like, it doesn't. Your comment means nothing because you're too much of a coward to even show your
Yeah.
face. And
Yeah.
I'm out here like presenting myself as like
Yeah.
this person doing this thing.
Yeah.
So like, to me, you're just a coward.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
Very much so. Very much so. They'd rather give you a death threat than pay for health insurance. Because if it's someone like that, it's probably someone that you're actually talking about.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
Someone
manager
associated
somewhere,
with them or anything like that. Because that's usually the case. Or some jackass who always wants to fight for the restaurant because it's my
Weird.
favorite restaurant. It's like it's a sports team. It's like that restaurant doesn't care about you, man.
Yeah, no.
Just like it
Barely
doesn't care
cares
about me.
Barely cares about
at-
their employees.
At the end of the day, and I think I'll bring up like during COVID, how quick they were to just get rid of everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's like
So
at the end of
quick.
the day, the worst thing that they could say if you go to a place and say we're all family here.
Oh yeah.
Have we heard that's a
biggest
red
red
flag
flag.
number one right there.
Mhm.
It's
I don't
like
even
run.
think Olive
My-
Garden says that anymore.
when you hear your family, dog.
I think they're about to close.
No, that's Red Lobster. Red Lobster shut down.
I thought they were all under the same owners.
I think they are.
I don't know.
Olive
I better.
Garden, Red
Oh,
Lobster.
man, I
I'm
gotta get to
pretty
Olive
sure
Garden.
they
I gotta
are.
keep 'em.
I
My-
mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
My friend and I were
Yeah.
talking about we need to go hit up Red Lobster before they
Got to.
close. Get the last round of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Right.
You can still buy them at the store, I
you
think.
could,
Yeah.
you could buy them at the store in the box.
Oh, yeah, fuck that then.
Yeah.
Fuck Red Lobster.
Buy Red
Yo,
Lobster.
as long as somebody got the recipe, that's cool.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Just like a cocktail, man. If the restaurant's gone, that's fine. Just make the cocktail over here.
Available. Yeah.
Just make it over here. And we actually ended up talking about that on a couple days ago when we first like really sat down to talk about doing this episode in person. We both used to work at Mezcalero. So he actually came in right when I was leaving. Like I remember seeing you behind the bar. Like it all came to me when we were sitting down at the table.
Was I an asshole?
No,
Thank
actually, we didn't get a chance to talk.
Okay.
It actually probably would have been at the time I was in there to pick up the check to replace the check that had bounced after the other check had bounced.
That's happened to me so
Yeah.
many times, dude.
So for me, it was like I didn't give a fuck who anyone it was in that building. So
I think I
we
do
never
remember
worked
you. I
together.
honestly, now that
Yeah.
you say it, I do remember you coming in looking for money.
Yeah,
I honestly
I
do
was
remember.
looking for money.
Where's my money?
You
Where's
know
my
what?
money?
I
Should
should
have
have.
been like a made man. Like, where's my money?
I should have
my
been
money?
gone the first month. My first 2 paychecks bounced, and I was like, "This never happened to me before." Before,
Yeah.
to be honest with you,
Yeah,
but then I was like, "Let me see how this plays out." Whatever, like, because
It'll
I
get better.
I started working there October 2021, so it was like
Yep.
right when things were opening more, and like that unemployment ran out from like because I bartended in New York, moved to LA. I was on the unemployment because all my bars in LA or in New York were still closed, so I was still like on the unemployment for COVID.
Oh,
So then once that ended, I was like, oh shit, I gotta find something, and then reached out to some people that I met like the 6 months that I've been in LA so far, and
when did you move to LA?
I moved here September 2020.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like that whole first year, pretty much everything was still shut down.
Yeah.
But then I was like, fuck it, I'm like getting that government check. Like
Right.
I don't have to find anything. Plus, like nothing's really open anyway. It's
Nah,
like
nothing was
half open. Like no one's making any money. But then, yeah, I started working at Mezcalero and I saw all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
That-
like, I'm just gonna like let it go and see what happens. And I didn't have the shifts that I wanted at first, and I was like, if I wait out a little bit, I'll get the
Yeah.
shifts that I want, and I did. And that's how you
Yeah.
got to play the game, you know.
Yeah, you got there at the perfect time, and a lot of times that's what happens in this industry because it's kind of run like a sports team. You know, you always got to get another body through the door. So
Mhm.
sometimes you getting there at the right time and saying, "Oh, I'll just wait it out," because things may not be going too great. You know, maybe it'll get better. Next thing you know, you're getting the shifts you want because you just happen to be there at the right time.
And I was like, nothing can get worse than the last 2 years, so I was like, I'm just gonna ride this out.
Yeah. Yeah. Had I went into, Mez at the same time you did, I would have felt the same way you did. When I got in there, it was a couple months after they had first started being more open having a patio, you know, how it was in 2021, especially here in LA. Like, you know, you had to have a patio and all these other rules that went on. Like every one of my shifts, I had to go in, unlock the doors myself. I was there by myself, unlock all the doors, and take out the patio by myself. I had to build the patio, and it was a bunch of
it was like all
pallets.
I did that too.
All of the
all
I
of
know
that.
you did because you
But-
were there right when I was leaving.
But it was that was like the server's job at that point when I was
it was the server's job when I was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you just didn't say no, dog.
No, the servers stopped coming in.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have people who are regulars and they expect that patio to be open, so you have to have it open, even if you're the only one there. It's like, you know, some people just want to sit out in that area. They don't want to sit inside. So I can't just skip it just because the server's not coming in that day or they're having a problem or anything like that. I still got to do the work, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
So
Is it not I?
And also because I tried that and I also got in trouble for not taking the patio out. Because I did have one server, I don't remember his name, but he reminded me of the one brother from the 40-Year-Old Virgin, the bald guy.
Oh
Yeah, he
yeah.
reminded me of him, just less funny.
Yeah.
And he just
Trying to think of
one
what
of those
guy.
days
I haven't
he
seen that in
showed
a
up
while.
late. He's just like, I'm not putting that patio out there. And then we both got chewed out for it. So I was like, all right, I'll put it together, but don't expect everything else to be done
Right.
because I got to do this patio.
Damn.
That's how I always do it. Like if you're
See-
gonna try to chastise me for not doing something that you feel is supposed to be within the scope of my job for that shift, but there are other people that haven't showed up or things not being done or management's doing a bad job, I'm gonna let you know, well, I would have got this done, but I'm sorry I got halfway done with this and I realized, I got to do this as well. I got to take care of this. No one's done this in a week, or no one's restocked the, you know, to go area or something like that. Like all those things that come in, and okay, if you want to try to make me feel bad for not doing my job, I can't try to make you feel bad for not doing yours when it comes to management, when it comes to owners. You know, when they try to tell you, oh, well, you didn't put the patio out. Well, why didn't I put the patio out? Did you notice half the cooks didn't show up? My bar back didn't show up. My prep person didn't show
because
up.
they didn't get paid,
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and that's why I
Thank
call them
you.
out.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to like make this a plug about Mezcalero at all.
No.
I don't want to give them any business because apparently
Well,
they're
they don't have any.
they have a location in Long Beach
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's connected to Padre and they're moving locations now. And I went to their location down there and did a video out front of there as well.
Oh.
Maybe back in April, something like that. I went down there, went in and ordered a drink at the bar. Like everyone knew who I was.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I was just like, I have these videos online, like, and my girlfriend Brittany was like recording like undercover, like with a microphone, like, and I was asking the bartender, I was like, hey, like, do you guys have everything in stock? Are you getting paid on time? Like, are you guys good? And he's like, like as of now we are, like, but not, I'm going to say he probably wasn't, but he was trying to like save face or whatever. But yeah, and then I did a video outside and
Like an unofficial union rep or some shit, like
Yeah,
OSHA.
but-
You're
well-
going in there like OSHA.
well, because the
Hey,
labor
how
board,
are you feeling about this job?
the labor board doesn't do shit. Like
No, they don't.
you could report to the labor board, but they are so backed up. I've been researching this. They're backed up for like over a year with cases. And it's like
Oh,
at that
shit.
point, you're already gone from that job. That LLC for that place is already shut down.
Yeah.
Their money's already moved. It goes these restaurants and stuff. I feel like there's layers to it. What I've been looking into, they have like multiple partners in there. They're doing something weird with money, for sure. And honestly, I was a little scared doing this because of the death threats that I've been getting and what I've looked into with who owns certain spots and like what they're affiliated with.
Mm.
And it's a lot of money laundering.
Mm.
And
Oh, of course.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's not to say that we're.
That's all of the jewelry
that's-
businesses
hold on,
downtown.
though, but let's just go ahead and clarify. That's not that we're accusing Mezcalero or any other place by name
No.
of being guilty of
No.
that. But it is one of those
This-
things that when you see a certain place, you kind of know what's going on. Maybe we haven't seen it at these places, but when people are starting to threaten your life, you do have to take those things into account.
But you would think if they're like doing weird shit with money, wouldn't they want to like keep their employees paid and happy and like not raise any red flags. You would think, like, if that were the case, like, but that's like what it seems like to me that's going on.
You kind of sound like the Batman of the service industry.
I mean,
because this board doesn't do anything, so you have to go out and deliver justice yourself.
Well,
and
yeah, I mean,
get
no
that
one-
out there.
I haven't
the bartender
seen.
we need. He's the bartender we deserve.
I haven't seen anyone else like calling out businesses like this.
Yeah,
Like I
you're
haven't
Batman.
seen any
Yeah.
other videos of people doing this.
No,
And like,
You're Batman.
not at all.
and it's like I don't care. Like people, like it's not like I go digging for things.
Right.
People will send me things. I have my inbox is flooded on my email, my Instagram, my TikTok. Like I have like so many places to go that I haven't hit yet. I will get them. I will get them. I swear.
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you.
His utility belt has like the bamboo picks. He just throws them at managers and such. Like, no, pay your employees. Pay your employees. Beats them with the muddler and shit too.
Well, it's crazy because like it's a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
So they can't pay you. You get backed up on your bills. Have had multiple people message me with like, this is my second or third bank account being closed because the checks keep bouncing.
Yeah,
So
damn.
you're really screwing over normal, hardworking people
That's so
by
fucked.
doing this, and it just needs to stop. That's why I won't stop doing it.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
stop
yeah.
doing it. Keep
Yeah.
delivering that justice.
I could have used you about like 5 years ago. I was working this other place downtown, and I think what happened with this one is a similar situation. It sounds like maybe the Mezcalero is that they had a really good booming business in one spot, and they're like, okay, let's expand and open a new location. That place didn't do as well as they thought, so then they're like siphoning money from the businesses that are doing well, and now they're basically because I was working at both locations, and so this location my paychecks are bouncing, but this location I'll get my paychecks, but they won't have my tips. And then so it's like this counterbalance where I'm just like, okay, well this week I'm getting tips from here, but this week I'm not getting paid my paychecks. And it was just like, it was crazy. But it all started when they overextended themselves by expanding to a new business. And then what they do in order for reasons of not getting in trouble with one or the other, is make sure that each of the store locations are actually separate LLCs, so that as one is failing and being problematic, it doesn't affect the business of the other one. And it's just really poor ownership. And then a lot of these guys that just have money to throw around, it's like, oh, just open a restaurant. And it's just like, well, there's other things than just opening a restaurant.
Yeah, and it's mostly people that have never worked in one.
never
Worked behind a bar, never shaken a fucking drink in their life, and
Yeah.
then they want to come
Because
in.
the people who work
and-
in restaurants can't afford to own one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because they run us into the ground.
But
they don't want us to own a restaurant.
you
because
want
we
to?
would do it right. I used to until I started working in.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a lot. It's a lot. People don't
Yeah.
understand it's a lot. Like, yes, you're a business person. You're in business. I don't have to be a business person to know this, but every kind of business is different. Like, you're not gonna run a dry cleaning business the same way you run a restaurant.
Exactly.
It's vastly different. Like, when it comes to restaurants or bars, there's a lot more than just getting the rights, getting these spirits, or hiring this many people, or hiring this cook. There's a whole culture within the location that you're opening in. Like, you got to know the people in that area. What do they like? What do they like to do? What's around there? It's a science, really. It's a
Yeah.
science, really. And there are people that do a really good job, and there's people who aren't, like John Taffer.
Nah, John Taffer's the man, dude. I saw him on TV. That's my guy.
You're bullshit, right?
No, I love John Taffer. I get all my bartending tips from him. How he shakes a martini. Have you ever seen
Or
that?
how he makes a Manhattan.
Yeah,
Have you seen that one?
yeah. It's-
Wait, who is this guy?
you don't know John Taffer
I don't.
from Bar Rescue, the show Bar
Oh,
Rescue.
that
That's
guy.
his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
seen like 2 episodes.
He's the Gordon Ramsay of
I'm going to
bars.
tell you right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and
But-
tell you right now. I don't remember his name either until someone tells me who he is.
Okay.
He's a real jackass. That guy. Let me
It's
tell
not
you.
a name
Yeah,
we
he
need to
is.
remember.
Yeah.
He
I was entertained by this.
his whole
show.
premise is just
But
yelling
yeah.
at people like he's Gordon Ramsay, and then he brings in these experts and
Experts.
experts.
These
Yes.
experts. Oh, it's so
Never
funny.
heard of
Whenever
these
the
people.
experts come in, dude, like, it just makes me cringe.
The premise of that show, obviously, it's TV, but it's so like intense,
And it's not what
and
it
it's not
is.
real.
It's not what it is like at any like.
Mm-mm.
They put him in this unrealistic stress situations to
Yeah.
like test him. Like, okay, I get what you're doing, but all you're doing is damaging them. It's at a place similar to where I know, where you're like, all right, here's these new cocktails that I know all of you suck as bartenders, but you got to learn how to make them, and we're bringing in 120 people all at once, because that happens in a normal day where 100 people.
I know you're all great. I know you all can handle this. Like you're gonna get it, right? I'm not gonna train you on it. I'm not gonna help you with it. And in the process of training you on it, I prove to you that I don't know it myself by checking my own notes.
And also, we know your paycheck bounced, so keep working.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that make anybody
Where's the
motivated
motivation?
to be there?
Yeah.
No.
Like when you're not getting your money.
If you're
there
not getting,
there was a time where
Yeah.
like I didn't get 2 months worth of tips, and
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
like, why am I still coming in here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just because like I'm waiting. I just the ship is sinking, and I want to be there and watch it.
Yeah.
I kind of did. I don't like. Is that fucked up to like think I like really just wanted to see?
No,
I'm
the
not
thing
gonna lie to
melt
you.
down?
I have my violin out right now. I am playing as the water fucking rises. It is not fun. Yeah. It is not fun at all. I'm sorry.
You guys.
it's like being in a toxic relationship. Like, nah, they're gonna pay me.
Nah,
They're
No,
gonna
that's what I was just
change.
thinking.
They ain't never-
Definitely.
They ain't never gonna pay.
And they'll tell you like, don't worry. It's the change is coming. The money's coming. Don't worry.
Definitely
Yeah, we
a
got it.
toxic
Tomorrow. It
relationship.
was always tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. And dude,
Just come on
dude,
in and open up, and then let's talk at the end of the shift.
Oh,
It's always at the
man.
end of the shift.
Towards the end of this at Mez, there was one manager. So we're all in this group chat. Like, we need our money. Like, what's up? Like, we need to get paid. We have to pay our bills.
money, man?
And you know what he said? He said, if you don't like working here, you should go find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, I had an owner.
What the
recently
fuck?
say that.
Even though we're owed like thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
you're saying that? Like, the audacity.
That's
Oh
a
no,
lawsuit.
it's actually the smartest play because if you quit,
Yep. That's why.
Anything.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
That's what they want.
Wait,
When
finish
they
that
start
statement.
talking like that, they want you to quit.
No, but finish that statement. If you quit. Oh.
What, you must have quit? I don't know.
Oh, I thought you had. I thought you guys were saying like.
Oh no,
you
if
quit.
you quit, they're not gonna try to pay you.
Gotcha.
Well,
They're gonna say, no,
also,
you quit. You
Right.
if
quit,
you quit-
walked out. There's no, you didn't give notice. Like they'll find some kind of way to make it your fault
right.
if you quit.
You're right.
Yeah.
if you quit too, you can't collect unemployment.
That's what I thought
Exactly.
you were getting to.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like they were pushing people to their limits.
Yeah.
At,
Mhm.
not even at Mez, but I don't know if you guys seen this where it's like they'll just dig and dig and
Oh,
dig
yeah.
for
Oh,
little
no.
shit to like try to get you to quit, even
on your
because they don't want you there anymore.
No.
They
But it's
take
like
your
they'll do
shifts
little
though.
shit that'll fuck with your mental. But like at Mez, they were doing that, and I was just like, no, I'm not quitting.
Yeah.
I just didn't let it get to me. Like I
But
just was like, whatever, dude.
That's where you counter with malicious compliance.
Mhm.
And you do the things they ask, but at the very bare minimum, to
And
where it's
slowly.
like, here's my job that I'm supposed to do, and you're like right there,
Yeah.
like right there, and they ask, well, why didn't this get done? I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
It's not my
Well,
job.
I was
I'm
gonna
a bartender, not a food runner.
They fuck with like mainly your shifts basically, and they'll take you from 5 shifts a week to 1 shift a week in overnight like that. And they do that because the labor laws, specifically in California, are so crazy in support of the employee that employers have to find all these loopholes and ways to just make the situation uncomfortable so that you quit. Because if they fire you, there's all these things like they have to have your last check, all these different like regulations. But like, as I'm sure you know, like California labor laws are heavily in support of the employee. And so the employers are always trying to make it just as uncomfortable as possible.
You know, I feel for these businesses a little too, because the labor costs are very high for them.
Yeah.
And they get higher every year at this point.
For
But
small
also,
businesses, yeah, I
Yeah.
can sympathize with the smaller businesses, but like some of these bigger ones, like that have multiple places,
well, no, like corporate shit, like Olive
Corporate shit,
Garden
no.
and shit, like you're gonna get paid on time there.
Or
But
Tao.
like the smaller ones, like you said, yeah, it's not good right
But-
now.
but-
Have you guys noticed a bunch of bars closing and
if you-
restaurants the
but
last
if you
couple of
look
years?
at how this
Yeah.
country
Oh, yeah.
goes,
Last
or
couple
not just this country,
Yeah.
but just the economy in general. Whenever you get to a certain level where you become that bigger corporation, you get more breaks to allow you to be able to pay those things. But then the smaller businesses, the smaller restaurants and bars can't keep up. why don't we give the breaks to them? They're the ones who need it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of giving the breaks to these big corporations and letting them write everything off. And the smaller businesses is hard. It's hard to keep up. It just really is. But we just keep ignoring that. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean
fuck
to
you.
derail that.
Fuck
I'm
you,
just saying
Penny.
it's just the thing I see the most is everyone wants to start a restaurant. Everyone wants to start a bar. If you have the money to do it and you're bad at it, maybe you can get through it. If you're good at it, but you don't have the money, but you're still lucky enough to do it, those are the restaurants that we see failing a lot of times.
Yeah.
So speaking of like opening restaurants, again, another guilty pleasure of mine is I like to watch Kitchen Nightmares. Sometimes when I'm eating, it's just entertaining. I love to watch him yell at these fucking idiots, especially the chefs. I don't have beef with chefs. It's just the ones with egos. But there are owners on there, owners or whatever partners that he grills into them because it's like, well, what do you do? Oh, well, I check on tables. I walk around, and the staff will be like, they don't do shit. They just drink wine or sit in the back or run away. And he's asking him, like, well, have you ever worked in the service industry? No. I just thought I'd open this restaurant with my chef buddy who only went to culinary school but never worked in the kitchen.
Jesus.
So it's like you don't even know this industry.
Have you ever sat back and actually like looked at Kitchen Nightmares or Gordon Ramsay? I've been like having this realization over the past few months while doing this. Have you ever been yelled at your job? Have you ever been like verbally abused by a manager or anything like? You guys are lucky then.
That's why I don't watch those shows, because I know it does happen at other places, but not at the frequency.
Well, I feel like Gordon Ramsay and that show is normalizing how that's how it's supposed to be in the restaurant industry. You get yelled at and you get abused and blah, blah, blah. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Nah, dog, you don't talk to me like that.
Exactly.
You wouldn't talk to me like that outside of work.
Right.
And,
Oh
and
my
that,
God.
And that shit.
that's what
I
and that
love
shit-
this guy.
And that shit would not fly in like a corporate setting
Right.
Right.
these
Right.
days.
I
You know,
love
but
this
for
guy.
some reason, it's still normalized in this industry.
But
to like,
it's because people keep watching those shows. That's what I mean.
not 100%,
But,
but
yeah, it's
a little
It's
bit.
the same thing as looking into a brand that is celebrity endorsed. We say, why does the price keep going up? It's because people keep buying it because the celebrities are attached.
Casamigos.
Once the snake starts eating this tail, we're just stuck into this fucking circle. If we keep watching a Gordon Ramsay or a Kitchen
Ramsay?
Nightmares, yeah.
I'm a little stoned too from that drink you made.
Voting-
To be honest with you, I
voting
took
Ramsay.
one little sip and I'm just like, I'm a lightwait with weed,
But
dude.
Well, he took a sip of my drink
By
on
accident. It was an accident. I was like,
"Hey,
oh,
if
this
you
is
wanna
mine.
do
And he was
that."
like, I think you just sipped the weed drink. And I was like,
Welcome.
I get crazy on weed. I like
Everything starts to
I get
go
so
dark.
anxious, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm good now. I swear. I swear I'm good.
But that was all I meant. It was,
Yeah.
That's the reason why I don't watch those shows, because when you work within a certain industry and you have a show that sensationalizes what you do, people assume that you just watch it. No, I don't watch it because I'm not going to be a part of the thing that has you coming into my bar or restaurant and talking to me all crazy, or a chef or a manager yelling at me like just because other people think it's okay because you saw it on TV. Like, nah, bruh. Like, we gonna have to talk outside. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You have to see me outside.
And I don't want to deal with that because I have enough to deal with working in the service industry. Because up until the last 5-7 years, how often did people after a certain shade of color even work in the service industry, especially depending on what city you were in? You know, like I remember when I first got into this industry full on, a lot of people were just like, "Man, what the hell are you?" I'm like, I'm a bartender.
The
You're the fucking
The amount
man.
of
That's
times
what
I
you
get
are.
asked
I beg
what
your
I
pardon?
am, it's just all right. I'm bartender, server.
Yeah, I'm serving
Host,
some
what do you
drinks,
need?
man. Like,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, but what are you?
sorry, what?
Like, I also shit on the toilet in the morning the same as you do. That's exactly what I am, dude. Like, do you want your drink or not?
Yeah, I lean more into that now. I lean more into
No,
that.
it's
Just get my
funny that
ass
you
wet.
brought up the whole thing about like the chefs in the kitchen yelling at each other, because when we had our panel of like 5 chefs on here, that was one thing I asked them. I'm like, why is this okay? And they basically said the same thing. I was like, well, that's just how it is. But they also agreed like that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like that's not how it should be, but that's how it is. And even some of them who were a little bit higher up, they're like, I don't talk to my people like that. unless it's like very last resort, absolute, like it's been fuck up after fuck up after fuck up. He's like, I talk to my people with respect. And they kind of said something similar of like, yeah, the things that you see or hear about are like very over dramatized or in just very toxic work environments.
Yeah.
So because I've never worked in a kitchen like that, I just, again, I see this shit, but then you can also hear if you have an open kitchen how they talk to each other too. It's like, I'm not gonna let somebody talk to me crazy like that.
Have you guys always worked at like bar restaurants, or have you like just worked in just bar?
No, I've worked all over.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mezcalero was my first restaurant bar. So it was very like I never had to serve food or anything. I was like, I bartended in New York for 7 years, and I never had to deal with food I was never a restaurant bartender. So coming into that, it was a little different. And it was interesting to see how the LA bartenders are completely different than the New York bartenders. Like I would learned from old school New York bartenders where like they don't give a fuck and like they'll just tell you no. Yeah. And like whenever I would just tell people no, like customers at the bar, everyone that I work with here, they're just like, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, it's my bar. I can do it. Yeah. Like that's how I learned over there. It was like, no, you're at my bar. You have to follow my rules.
Where's your manager?
Nah, I'm the manager.
Yeah.
You say that, dude.
That Dave Chappelle skit. Where's your manager? I am the manager.
Dude, there was this one bar I used to go to. They used to print the bad Yelp reviews and post them in big font behind the wall. Like the bad, So that's the kind of shit I like.
Don't get me started on Yelp reviews. Jesus Christ.
I've heard of things like that, but I've never been lucky enough to work in a bar that did that.
And you make money at those bars.
Yeah. Because those are the bars that real people want to go to.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like all this corporate whatever bullshit. Like no one wants that. All of your craft. If you fucking give me a spray bottle behind the fucking bar to spray over a cocktail, I want to punch you in the fucking face. No customer's like, oh my God.
A little spritzer of saline.
And then tips you appropriately. The ones who do get excited about that, they're just like, I'm gonna tip you the same as the person who's just like, I'd rather have a conversation with you and get to know you better. Yeah. So why am I spritzing?
Dude, I wonder how many like old Karens have like seen the spritz on their drink and he's like, he's trying to poison me. Like they don't know, like. I just thought of that right now.
So I just had.
What are you doing to my drink?
I just had 2 old Karens at the bar last weekend with their husbands, and one of our cocktails, unfortunately, you have to spray the inside of the glass and spray a little card. Ugh. Don't know how you spray the card. Yeah, you take a card, it has a picture of somebody on it, and you're supposed to spray the card, and you're supposed to smell the card. And I've never seen anyone smell a card ever in life. No one's like, all right, cool. But
give me my fucking drink.
Whatever. Yeah. Not a popular drink either. But the point is just that why the fuck was that the point of us doing that with that card? And you just have this literal playing card looking thing hanging from the side of your drink that you just sprayed with something. The customer looks more with confusion than awe. So why did we do it? Why?
Because it's supposed to be an experience.
So they can charge you $25 for it. That's why.
Yeah. You want to smell it. Stupid, you want to see it. You want to hear it too. Yeah.
You want to absorb the experience into your skin. It's
so weird. I feel like there's such a small sect of people that want the experience drink. It's like, just give me my goddamn old fashioned. Yeah. And so I can move on with my night. Like, what the fuck? And also, it's just like there is a Death & Co. Or there's like very specific bars that you go to.
Or the Wolves. Or the
everybody knows. Dude, I haven't been there in a while. We should go there after, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's where you
go.
No,
they have a good, what's that one drink? Espresso martini. That shit is fire, dude. Have you ever had it there?
Yeah. No, wait. They have that?
They have an espresso martini that's out of this world. I'm not plugging the Wolves or nothing. Like, I don't know really anybody that works there, but like every time I go there, the espresso martini is fucking fire. They make their own
really
like
fast?
They make their no, it takes forever.
Oh.
Yeah, but
because it sounded like it was express.
Oh. I'm too high for this right now, dude. But they make this their homemade cream for it and all this bullshit. Yeah, but their espresso martini. Also, Chili's.
Baby back ribs.
You see the commercials for that?
I did. No, I
for
saw
the,
the ad
for the
in my
espresso martinis.
on Instagram.
I still got to get there for happy hour, dude. I got to
Chili's
review
got
there.
espresso martinis now.
They had an
Oh,
ad on
game's
Instagram
over.
telling me to come to Chili's for an espresso martini,
Oh,
and I
game's
said,
over.
Because espresso
What?
martinis are back, baby.
They're trying to compete with
no,
Applebee's.
they're batched, baby.
They're back.
Ah, that was a good one.
Like dead ass.
That was a good one.
Hell
They're
yeah.
not making that from scratch. I'm
No.
sorry.
"Damn."
Oh my god.
Just like their Dollaritas, with
Ah.
literally in a big fucking gallon
Ugh.
at Applebee's, but it's $1. So
It's on draft.
It's so.
What do you
big.
think about bars that have their cocktails on draft? I
my
love
bar
that.
does that. My bar does
It's
that.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do
it's
that.
quick.
It's
You get what you get and get out. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We oh my god, I fucking love this guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
No,
I don't-
my bar does that. It's fucking great, and people like they ask or I tell them like, oh, can we modify this? I'm like, well, it's already batched and hooked up to our TAT system, so I can't modify it.
Yeah.
They're like,
Take it
they're
or
not
leave it.
gonna- Yeah, take it or leave
But
it.
I want to say 30-70 reaction, 30 being like, oh, it's batched. Like in their mind, it's just programmed that like, well, if it's batched, it's bad. It's like you haven't even tried it though.
Most people don't know what that means. I feel
No.
like.
And they say, oh, is it what do they say? Not pre-made. I think they say pre-made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with pre-made, it sounds like if we just bought it at the store
And
like
I think
that.
that's what
That's
they're
what
thinking.
people
So
think
I
for sure.
always correct them.
Yeah.
Just because when I was working at fucking West Hollywood fucking place, it was if they say pre-made, we were supposed to correct them and say batch. But it just sounds better when you say batch
Right.
anyway. So when they say, "Oh, is it pre-made?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "We batch our cocktails, yes, so I can't modify."
Yeah, because
them.
if I hear like a batched or pre-made like margarita, I'm just like, oh, you're using margarita mix.
Yeah.
Probably for like,
Pre-made, I think of the fucking Jose
Right.
Cuervo pre-made margarita in the bottle. That's what pre-made
Yeah.
sounds to me, and that's
Yeah.
what I envision. And I don't want them to think that. It's like, no, we still make it. We just make it in a large volume, hook it up because you motherfuckers are gonna order it over and over. And because we hit capacity a lot of times, it's easier for us just to pour and boom.
yeah,
We still shake whatever else that we can.
We
We
still gotta
we
make
did
it
that at one point at a certain place that I was working. They used like the pre-made margaritas because we were out of everything and that's all they could get at the liquor store. Yeah. You ever worked at a spot where like the managers go out and buy the booze for the restaurant because the restaurant
Oh,
doesn't have any
yeah.
money? Have you heard of this before?
Yeah.
I think we
Actually,
did that,
I
yeah.
Yeah,
him and I
It's
Yeah.
worked
messed
at
up,
a
dude.
bar.
It's messed up. I don't
Yeah.
know how these managers are saying yes to
Yeah.
this because they won't see their money for months.
Yeah.
and
It's
isn't
crazy.
Isn't it not illegal? But like, there's something like,
It's
I'd
the
say it's
no-no.
pretty illegal.
yeah, it's
'Cause
illegal,
you
right?
like I'm pretty sure like if you own a bar or restaurant, you have to get your don't quote me on this, but you have to get it from a distributor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
'Cause
So-
we were about to do that, and then
can't buy it from
like
a store and
GM like
resell it.
stopped us and was like, "No, that is like you will lose your liquor license
Mhm.
if you do that."
Those
Yeah.
signs that say not for resale are more specifically for business owners. Because you
Mm.
can't go to the store, buy that, and resell it. Yeah, you're
Right.
supposed to.
Because it'll
Yeah.
be cheaper there depending on where you are.
Yeah,
Because the spirits are distributed to bars, restaurants, and stores, by the same companies.
Yeah.
But they're allocated differently.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I just had a long conversation with some regulars last week. The same couple of Karen with their husband regulars, like the Karens. Well, they weren't Karens. I don't want to say that, but just visually, I thought they would be. They were actually really nice. But
Doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like a jerk? Like,
Ah,
damn it,
no,
misjudged you.
You know what? It made me like them a lot more.
Yeah.
They were really cool people. But anyway, just to cut this part, we ended up having a long conversation, me and the two guys, because one of the guys works for a grocery store chain in like the South. Like they're all from Jacksonville. And he's like,
Was it
yeah.
the Piggly Wiggly?
No, actually, that's part of what we talked about.
Oh, shit.
It was Winn-Dixie.
Oh,
Yeah,
Another good one.
close,
Yeah.
close. But yeah, we were talking about all of that, and he was saying, "Well, I try to order this one particular whiskey, and I can't get it with my company. But if I go to New Orleans and buy it, I could buy cases of it. But because that's in New Orleans, but I'm
Yeah.
in Florida, so I can't get it at all. And they just have all these different rules and everything like that. So you get these people that want to go around the rules, and they can get in trouble. It's not something you're supposed to be able to do.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if any bars or restaurants that you work at are doing that, let me know. I will go there and I'll call them out.
deliver justice.
Yeah. It'll be all over the internet.
I was trying
so
to
you know
find
it's
a
real.
He's gonna
Batman thing.
deliver justice, but he's dressed in a GoPuff, holding the bottles. He's like, "Do you guys order these bottles? Because I know here you guys just order your bottles off of GoPuff, or you just send the manager to go get it." Sorry, I didn't mean. I'm not trying to write it for you. Do it your own way.
I'll probably be like, these fucks in here, they're like buying their alcohol from like the liquor store right there across the street,
Yeah.
and they're charging you like 1,000% upcharge for this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder for me to go to bars. I don't know about you guys. Not like financially or whatever, but just like seeing the prices now. Like
Yeah.
I'm actually like seeing and looking at them like, why am I paying
What's
this
the
much?
craziest
Yeah.
price you've seen on a drink?
About $69.
For what?
Ooh.
I don't know. It was
Is that one
'Cause
where
he
you
said
drink it
69.
with the bartender?
no. I don't know. Probably like 23, 24, but then they like include the service charge and blah blah blah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
good
all that
old
shit in
service
it.
charge.
Yeah.
So yeah, because we charge, if you do like a Casamigos Repo Margarita, I think with everything it's upwards of $28, $30. And I'm just like, I feel so bad.
But
charging people.
at your spot, do they question it?
Some people do, but like, yeah, and I have to tell them like, hey, I've been putting the receipt in front of you the whole time, so that wasn't my fault. But yeah, no, every once in a while we do get people that complain like, what do you mean this is? And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't set the prices.
Has anyone ever walked out?
Walked out.
Being like, I'm not paying this. See you later.
No. We haven't had a walkout for that reason. However, we do have a funny story. I believe Quentin Tarantino, he complained about the price of the margarita. He was just like, what do you...
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino was upset. He had like 2 margaritas. He was sitting at a booth by himself, and we were all just like at the bar, just like, oh my God, it's Quentin Tarantino. And then the server came over and told us, he was like, yeah, he was really upset about the price of the
You should have
margaritas.
just told him like, "Yo, we put our foot in that."
I
think
it.
Quentin Tarantino should do
get
a rant video about the price of that margarita.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're
It's the
watching this,
principle.
please, I need a rant video about it. I gotta
Yeah.
see it.
It's the principle of it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry.
I'm with it.
Nah, you shouldn't be complaining, dude.
Nah,
I mean, he can
it's
afford
a
it.
principle.
No, you can
It's a principle.
Nah,
I'm
yeah.
starting
You can afford
Hey,
it. You can afford it.
Nah, it's a principle for me.
I'm
tell
trying
you
to. I'm
right
trying
now.
to meet you there, but like you can afford it. Nope. He can afford it. Fuck that. Nope.
Nah,
you can afford it, you
nah.
rich motherfucker.
Nah, just because I can don't mean I should.
I should.
Yeah.
No.
However, you could have. I mean, you ordered, what was it? Don Julio or Casamigos?
We don't even do
It was
that.
Ca- it was Casamigos.
Casamigos.
Probably.
Well, that was your first fuck
Refresco.
up. It was Casamigos, and you put in a margarita.
This is margarita.
You put in a margarita, so you're not gonna taste it anyway. So you already fucked up.
Yeah.
That's Casamigos, and then you put in a margarita. You already fucked up.
Yeah.
So you could have just put the well in there. You wouldn't be able to fucking tell Tarantino.
Yeah.
But he's Tarantino. Why would I drink well? If I'm Tarantino, I'm not drinking no well.
You should be drinking well if you think that's too expensive. Apparently,
You ever been
you
out?
ain't
Of,
got it like that.
you ever
Just
been
kidding.
out of something that they want? Ticket comes up and like you're just so busy you don't even tell them. You just put whatever in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the time. Don't care.
Damn.
literally.
You ever
all
do
the
that?
I
time.
don't. I
don't
make them
care.
go.
Oh,
"Hey,
yours are
figure."
just.
If someone tells
It's
me
like it's because I do inventory, so I'm just like, well, it's gonna account for this thing, and like we need to make sure it accounts for the right thing.
He's a numbers guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
get numbers guy. But
yeah, we gotta get you out of there.
But I get it. By all means, let's keep this shit rolling because it's the middle. It's the middle of service, and we gotta get this drink the fuck out. So they're not gonna taste the difference.
They're not. They're
Yes.
not. They're
No.
not. We're not condoning doing that. You should always give people what they pay for.
Yes.
Always. We're not condoning
Oh
that.
yeah, but if they
So-
ask for
I am.
something that we don't have,
Chill comments.
and you can see that we don't have it, and I give you the equivalent, it's not that I'm trying to cheat you. I'm just trying to give you the closest thing that you're asking me for to try to make you happy. That's it.
And we're probably doing you a
trying to cheat
favor
you.
anyways, because if you're asking for Casamigos and a margarita, we're doing you a favor. So
you don't care
you're
about
welcome.
money.
You're welcome.
You don't care about money. If you're mixing anything expensive with something else, you don't care about money.
1942 margarita.
Oh yeah, I did one of those.
Those are the best.
Anyway, but speaking of not caring about money and taking it back to when we were talking about people not getting paid, our conversation initially started outside of here from another place that was not paying their employees.
Oh yeah, you made a video about that.
Yeah.
Which one? I've done so many.
Exactly. You got to make this more about him, man.
I know.
I'm sorry. Like we started talking about just the industry. Fuck that. We got him here, so we got to use this time wisely.
Sometimes, there's 4 hens sitting here. We got to chit chat a little bit.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to chit chat about the bullshit outside of it,
Absolutely. And I hope you come back at some point as well. But like, I actually wasn't in touch with, that group earlier today, and I told them that we were going to be having you on. And
was it Margot and Juliet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
if
we
you
got
wanted
some
to say that.
insiders there and
Yeah.
that don't work there or used to work there. So it's a whole mix up.
Yeah.
It's a whole mix of people.
The floor is
Um,
yours, man. Tell us what.
Yeah,
the fuck
they
all
reached
about.
out to me back in maybe beginning of May or so about like them not getting paid on time. So I did a video in front of Margot and it got some attention on social media.
Yeah.
And then I didn't, I did another video and another video, just keep pumping them out. And then about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, an article comes out about Margot and Juliet not paying them on like a
Yeah.
semi big. What was it? KC something?
KPNR.
KPNR. Okay. Yeah. So it was like a kind of well-known website and news organization. So I was like, I'm sitting at home, and I think Brittany was there. Were you there with me? And I was like, I got to go over there right now. I got to go over there right now because like I did the video and I'm gonna go and see what's up. So like I go over there like with my first person phone thing with my microphone.
Yeah.
And I walk in and I'm just like, hey, like manager, like my name's Karen. No, I'm just kidding. But but I was like, hey, like is our manager, like is the owner here? And they're obviously he's not. And I'm just like, yo, I saw the article today. Do you want to comment on the article about the employees not getting paid? And she just frantically goes, oh no, I don't want to. And I was just like, well, are you getting paid on time? Because you're like higher up. And that was a cool approach. That was the first time I did it solo going into a spot. But yeah, so I went there and talked to a couple more people wanting to go in there.
What was the reaction when you asked her, like, is she getting paid?
She said she didn't want to comment on it. Yeah.
That's a no.
But yeah, apparently that the higher managers there get paid and it's the low level employees that get fucked.
Yeah, and that's the other side. Like it
That's
might not be
definitely
a
a
no, but you don't want to say yes.
Yeah.
When the lower level employees who are making all of the money for the establishment are not being paid.
But I went to Margot too after that, and I think they called them being like, hey, he's coming over there. So I went upstairs, asked if I can if the owner's there or whatever, to see if anyone's getting paid. I'm there. No one comes. I'm like, I'm just going to wait until somebody comes because they know I'm here. Like I see people looking at me and stuff. And then this guy comes up and he's like, hey man, like they want you to leave. And I was like, all right, cool. Like let's go. Like I'll leave. If someone asks me to leave, like I'll leave. It's a private business. So I'm not going to I'm not going to cause a fucking ruckus, you know?
Right.
Like I'll go in if it's cool. If they want me to leave, I'll bounce. But he said he was security, but then later find out he's the valet guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
find somebody.
dude, it was so like finding that out. He was cool though. He was cool. But it was like, yeah, security's here to take you away, and then I find out he's the valet guy.
Damn.
Because someone commented on the thing, and they were like, that worked there or used to work here. They were like, that's the valet guy.
What?
So I got escorted out by the valet guy. So does that mean I can go back?
Yeah.
Because it was like the valet guy,
It
not
wasn't
like
security.
security or
wasn't
nothing. You
I
know.
told you to park your ass outside. Just saying, man.
But yeah, I got
I'll take
some
that.
things to follow up with that.
Yeah.
Got a couple other things lined up too.
Yeah.
So
I've been-
where is this place? 'Cause I don't know where this place is.
it's
at.
in Culver. It's like near.
Culver.
You ever been to? Yeah, it's all the way over there.
Okay.
You ever been to Roberta's?
Nope.
The pizza place. It's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that. You ever been there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Reverse.
All right. Cool. Yeah. The not to get off topic, but the original one I bartended like a block away from in Bushwick for like 5 years.
Oh shit.
So it was always dope hanging out at Roberta's in Bushwick. They had these huge parties outside. They have like this tiki bar. Just they own like the whole block, so it's like a huge facility. So that's cool. I don't know where I was going with this. I'm so high right now.
I think you were talking about the location. You said Roberta's
Yeah.
is here.
Oh, yeah,
Margot
so
is
it's in
basically
it's
on the
in
top
Culver.
level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you been in Culver? I like
haven't.
going to Culver.
I
I don't know why.
You never
I
been to
haven't.
Culver?
There's just you ever been to Rocco's?
Yeah.
I've been
Dude,
to
Rocco's
Culver's.
rocks,
Rocco's
dude.
is the place to
I
hang
knew-
out.
Dude,
say
it's
that.
like
I just
sports
didn't wanna
bar.
touch
They got 2-for-1 happy hour drinks.
It's always like
Like,
my last stop when I do my little Culver run.
where do you go?
I always gotta go by like, what is that that kind of club in the alley, like Club 77 or something
Oh,
like that.
I think I walked past that. Isn't it like kind of close to Rocco's?
Yeah, it's right on
Yeah.
the backside.
Oh,
Like, if you-
backside.
if you
Yeah, I've
go
always
into the
wondered what that
alley
was.
Yo, so it's actually a pretty fun club. It's pretty small, but the music on like Friday nights is really good. So Culver used to be the place I would take all of my first dates because you actually can go to a lot of different type of spots there. You can do like a dinner, and this is a little crazy here. Yeah, you can basically start with like a dinner. If that's going really good, then cool, we can go get drinks at Rocco's, and then if that's going really good, then we could go dance in there. And so I used to like Culver, like used to have like a little run around with like Culver, but Rocco's is dope.
Yeah, so it's over that area.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a long.
Is
I'm
it
not
is
gonna
it
lie,
a
as I heard that, I was like, for the people local who listen to us, they're like, I'm gonna go try that. So I was like, let them cook.
Yeah.
Let them cook.
is it like a high end kind of
What,
place?
Rocco's?
No.
Margo.
Oh, yeah, super high end.
Yeah.
Apparently, like
Rooftop.
allegedly the owner brags about like, oh, so this is why I definitely did it too. The owner brags about having like all these high profile celebrities, Leonardo DiCaprio, fucking
Yeah.
like who gives a fuck, and foots their bill for them, like clears all their bill, but they can't pay their employees. So it's like the owner's constantly going
you
in and just
fucking kidding me?
comping all of these like high end celebrities bills when it's like they got the money.
The
That
people
never-
that have the money.
The people
to
that have
pay
the money.
for it.
Yeah,
Get so much
exactly. And
free
it's
shit.
like they see this happening and they're like, why is he doing this when we're not getting paid?
That's so crazy.
So, just to counter anyone who tries to say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," as far as, "Oh, well, that brings in business having celebrities." How is it that we're supposed to feel any of that as far as that bringing in, so like celebrities being there, bringing in business, making the place more popular and making us money? How are we supposed to feel that when we know for a fact it doesn't bring more people in? The people who go in chasing a celebrity because they see them at a restaurant either don't have money, or if they do, they weren't going there anyway. They don't care. So you bringing in that celebrity and comping their bill, but doing it at the expense of the people who actually work for you and take care of that celebrity, that's so fucking tone deaf, man. Like the people who work for you, who need you, you don't take care of them, but you take care of this person who's already well off, who's already good. And the people who would chase them, they aren't the people you want in here anyway. The people you want in here for a high-end place, the people you want in there are the people who don't want you to know where they are.
Does that even happen anymore? Like, do you guys even hear of like, oh, this celebrity's going here, so it's hot. It's a hot place to go to.
That's
No.
what-
You know, like
That's
such an
like
outdated
early
practice.
2000 shit. That's like
Yeah.
2006 type of
Yeah.
shit.
Maybe
Don't work no more,
maybe it's
man.
more like the smaller shops because don't like the Kardashians have like a wait, who is it that has like that in Erewhon? They have like the smoothie.
I don't know. I'm too poor to shop
Who?
at Erewhon.
Haley Bieber, she has her own signature smoothie at Erewhon,
that?
and it always sells
Justin
out, and
Bieber-
it's like
Justin Bieber's wife.
$20, $27
Oh
for a
my
smoothie. So, and it sells
God.
out. So that I feel like in that sense, they do like smaller, like pop up kind of shit. You know, where it's like they make this place like special because of that instead of like, oh, this is the hot spot where all the celebrities are hanging out this
Yeah.
weekend. We gotta get there.
Yeah, that was
so
that was
weird.
cool at TMZ's peak back in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't think that applies now.
Because
No.
promoters are the same as real estate agents. They make everything look really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, there you go.
And then
Yeah.
you get in there and no one's spending any real money, and the people who are there don't have any real fucking money, so everyone's fucking miserable. You look at these bars and clubs now that have all the promoters, like where we worked in Hollywood, those promoters never spend any money there,
No.
and they never brought in anyone who
They
brought
didn't
in
bring
any
in
money.
money.
And then on top of that, the business would comp their bill as well as the celebrities because they're going by that outdated practice.
What people I do notice gravitate towards now are the TikTok celebrities, you know, but
Yeah.
most of their fan base is all in
Young as fuck. Don't have money.
So really, they just do like the meet and greet outside. It's like, all right, we're gonna go inside to this place you can't come in,
Yeah.
and then again, the business is comping their shit so they can talk about it, and they're never gonna go back on a casual day because they only went there because they were either paid or most likely paid. More than likely, it was paid. which is fucking stupid, man.
Have you been able to get cooperation from employees or former employees I mean, not just Margot Julianne, but just like other places that you've called out in terms of like trying to help your movement?
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
as like are you saying like ones that I've already called out?
Yeah, or like have people like come up to you and like, okay, cool, this is what we're trying to like actually formulate some type of movement to actually call them out, not just from your video, but like
So no, but I think that would be cool to do
Yeah.
it, to like have like a movement to do that.
yeah.
I don't, but right now I've always, because there's people that'll comment on my videos and be
Right.
like, oh my God, this place is doing this to me right now. The place I'm at, you wouldn't believe, da da da. And I comment like back, I'm like, yo, like tell your story.
Talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, and like I think a lot of this is to get it more openly talked about, because
Right.
all of the bullshit that we've all dealt with the illegal shit that they do in the service industry, we all talk about it together
Yeah.
in the service industry, but like that's where we keep it. We don't talk about it outside.
Well,
the
Right.
general public doesn't know
That's
what's
why you're
going
here.
on.
Right.
I mean, tell us about some of these places so people know. Like, put these places on blast. Like, they shouldn't be able to get away with this. Like, if you're comfortable with it, like,
Yeah.
talk about some of these places you've been told about that are doing shit. Like, if you have a list,
Off the top of my
fucking
head,
rapid fire. If you have a list, if you got to pull up your
I got
phone,
some videos of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah, if you
Like
got videos,
like
we
I
can-
told you, however you want this episode to
Yeah.
go, we can go there. It's just we did, like you said a moment ago, we did the typical industry thing. We got together, we all understood. Oh, let's share war stories, and then
Yeah.
we just started going. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
shit, we could do the next hour of you just naming off these places and calling out their shit.
Well, you also sent me a list of videos you wanted to do, but those were mostly things we had already talked about.
Yeah, I
see
think there was
Mescalero and
let
Margot
me
as
say
well. I know you have the Simone video. Simonette. I don't know how you say that.
oh
Like,
yeah.
that one was pretty funny.
Well, so I called this place out because this person messaged me saying, there's a manager there that puts his staff in dangerous situations, and he scratches his ass, sniffs his finger, and doesn't wash his hands. So I literally, did I send you that video, like the original call out video of Simonette, or just the AI song?
I don't know. I'm looking through right now.
But that was the video I did out front of there. I was like, allegedly, there's a manager here that scratches his ass, sniffs his fingers, and doesn't wash his
That's
hands.
the AI song.
Oh my god.
How did what?
I have the AI song.
I don't even have a joke
I
for
don't
that.
have,
That's
I
just
don't
I
have the
mean,
one where
yeah.
you're calling them out. I just
trying
have
to, like,
the
formulate-
AI song for that.
Let me see.
Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
So let's fill the air some kind of way while we pull that up.
oh.
Yeah, I think that's just fucking wild. That definitely.
Yeah.
the scratching
No,
sniffing.
fucking scratching your ass and then touching food.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you really get the flavor. That was yesterday's family meal.
Can you pull up TikToks on there
Boo.
or no?
Boo.
Can you pull up TikToks on there or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because for some
Just
reason,
screen mirror. Yeah.
for some reason
Oh, he's
that
not on our Wi-Fi.
Oh.
We didn't give him the rundown
Here.
before we got here. That's our
It's
fault.
all right. I'll give you the
Oh.
So
Yeah.
to fill the air,
Yes.
not just to fill the air. It's also a very interesting moment on Sunday
is that?
when I was meeting with Nick and Brittany, because we were talking about not just Mescalero, but we had already had the conversation about Margot and everything like that.
Yeah.
And we just started realizing how much overlap this industry can have, especially in a city like this.
Yeah.
Where you don't know who you worked with or worked adjacent to, because we've had moments where on this show you've run into people and you're like, wait a minute, I was your bartender
sending
back
it
in the
him right now.
day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
That's crazy.
do you want me to do it?
But
from
yeah,
my phone?
I love that we're
Here,
able.
I just sent it to you.
Yes, I love that we're able to highlight that. And sorry, now that I'm pulling this up,
Yep.
I forgot what my point was.
The service industry is really small, and we are all
Ain't it
6
though?
degrees of separation. Wait, how did you guys find out that you guys had overlap besides just Mescalero?
He hit me up. He DM'd me.
Oh, the
I showed him the- I showed him
the
the
Margot
video.
stuff.
I showed
Okay.
him the initial video.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying when
well,
you guys.
actually, where we actually got our conversation started was because of the Margot and Juliet.
I understand
things.
you're talking about the overlap. I was asking you
Oh.
to expound on other ways that you guys overlap that you've kind of discovered.
So we had the Mez
Similar
plot.
customers, right?
We also had the event that we all went to at that one spot.
Yeah.
They were there as well. We
That's
also
crazy.
knew, multiple people. Remember the story we had before we went on air with a former roommate of mine. It's just
Yes.
one of those things where even in a city as big as this, you never know how much overlap you have with someone, or
crazy.
someone they worked there just before you, just after, or they knew someone else there,
Yeah.
or you hear a story about someone and you think this, and then you might meet that person like a year or two later and be like, "Oh no, you're not an asshole."
You know
Or
that-
maybe you are, but you're not the version I thought you were.
That kind of goes to the point that I made from that one comedian that made the similarities between the service industry and military.
There he is.
And military.
Yeah.
Remind me the joke.
Oh, it was we were at the Laugh Factory, and this older comedian, he asked him, he's like, "Oh, what?" He's like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Are you the Marines?" He's like, "No, bartender." He's like, same thing.
Yeah.
And then I went on my whole thing about like, oh, well,
Pretty
here's the
much, yeah.
similarities because of what he said. It's like, oh yeah, they are pretty similar.
Yeah.
So being in the big city as we are, being in this industry, it's like we run into each other. How you said it, we swap war stories. We talk about this and that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they're pretty similar.
Pretty much all do kind of have to go through like very similar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd you do your tour?
Yeah.
Not to make
Hollywood.
Not to make light of that, but
I was
like,
in
it
Hollywood
is
for
one of
3
those-
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is one of those. This is
You wouldn't believe the shit that I've seen.
Yeah, this is the one industry where I've heard that. And also there has been a lot of overlap between me. I don't know about anyone else here, but I know so many service industry people. I mean, military.
That's how it
service
is.
industry
Yeah.
people.
I feel like any city you go to, like all the service industry people know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like an industry, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like everyone hangs out after their shifts or like goes to the other bars, and like it's good knowing other bartenders.
Yeah.
Ask your coworker if he feels that there's any similarities. I really need more
I'd
validation.
love to bring him on, and you could ask him.
I
yourself,
really
but he still hasn't gotten up to the point where he's a good interview yet. But one of these days,
just ask him, or I'll go in and I'll ask him, because I really need more validation from it to make sure that like I wasn't.
don't worry, we'll get you more validation.
Thank you. Do you have your video ready?
Yeah, I do. It's up
All right.
there on the screen.
Oh,
yeah,
word.
This
Yeah,
one's
I'll
a
just-
quick one, actually.
for sure.
Seeker here. I'm in front of Simonette Restaurant in Culver City, Los Angeles, California. I got a hot tip that allegedly the manager here puts the employees in dangerous situations, whatever that means. And also, he scratches his ass, sniffs his fingers, and doesn't wash his hands. Ew! What the hell's going on in there?
Look, I got a hot tip. I had to, see what was going on. And then, so I made an AI song about it too. That's on the note thing. So have you guys messed with these the AI apps for music?
I haven't messed with them, but
I've jumped on one of
Dude.
these websites and given it a prompt, and it's
Wait, hold on. I'm not recording yet.
oh, you didn't screen record the other one, did you?
I did, but I don't know how it's gonna work.
Okay.
The boss from hell, he runs the restaurant where darkness dwells. He's got a mouthful of lies.
Hold on, pause it real quick.
A hot black is cold.
So I made this so you can type in a prompt, and I literally put in the name of the restaurant, the manager, what he's doing, make a song about this, and literally it just spit this out in like 30 seconds. Yeah, and I put it to the style of like 80s hair metal.
Yeah. No, this is definitely
Yeah.
hair metal.
that's all you need to put in.
That's all you need. A description of what you want.
Scratching his ass in the air. Someone that's just a smile without a care. He puts them in danger just for the thrill. No one can escape his sadistic will. Summoning the wicked kingpin. He never washes her hands. It's a deadly sin with the flick of his wrist. Chaos occurs, leaving his workers in shock and awe. Scratching his eyes in the
Got a
air.
fucking chorus.
Someone that sinister smile without a care. He puts them in danger just for the thrill. No one can escape his sadistic
That's
will.
That's about
Guitar
it.
solo.
So I haven't done one of these recently,
That's
but
great.
so if I'm getting pushback, so this place their like HR department or their marketing department were like threatening the employees, being like, I know, I read your messages that you sent to drug seeker or whatever. Like, we know it was you, trying to get them to like confess, trying to see who it
Snitch on
was
themselves.
that like came to me to like expose them. So I was like, I'm definitely making an AI song about them now, because like if they're gonna be pushing me, I'm gonna just
Push
that's
back.
what I'm gonna do.
And it's because you can, because you don't fucking work there.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
be
exactly.
the voice for them. You gotta be their Batman.
Yeah.
Deliver
Yeah, and
justice.
it's even more fucked up when they go after their employees like that, or make them sign NDAs, but do it in a way where the only way they can get paid any kind of money after not being paid their paychecks is to get a bonus or a severance or whatever. But when you sign to get that money, in the fine print is, you can't talk shit about.
You
the
can't
fact that
sue
you haven't
us.
been paid. Yeah, you
That's
can't
what it
come
says.
after us, nothing.
Yeah.
Here's $500, and now you get $500, and that's what I was saying earlier about like once you quit, oh yeah, we don't know what we owe you because of this and that. I haven't heard anything about the people at those particular establishments getting paid back everything they were owed and the $500. I've only heard about them getting that $500.
Yeah, that's.
So-
I mean, that's all I know. And you don't have to sign it too. That's what I heard. I don't. Is this a normal thing in the service? Have
I've
you guys
never
ever
heard of it
heard
in
of
my
like
life.
Signing
an NDA?
No.
Like
No.
you can't sue us after the fact. Like when you leave here for anything, no matter if it's your case or not. Like if someone put you up on like the witness stand for like something else about the business that was going on.
Yeah.
So that's just red flag to me.
Yeah.
So we don't have that, but redacted, when you get hired, you have to sign something that says if there is ever an issue or dispute between you as an employer and you as an employee and them as an employer, you must settle it in a mediation as opposed to going to court. And so they're trying to trap you to get out of going through more class actions, because Redacted has had a lot of class action suits. But
Well, maybe they should switch and change things up.
Yeah,
Maybe get less
that's-
class actions. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm no lawyer or
But
owner, but
yeah.
That's why.
maybe.
Hey, do you guys want to come with me to the next one?
I'm down.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Power
I'm
in
so
numbers.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go somewhere and talk shit. That's
It's
I
not
mean,
even talking
I
shit.
live
It's,
with that.
it's not
No,
talking
it's
shit.
not even
It's
talking shit. We could all
it's
sit at
speaking the truth.
Speaking truth to
It's
power.
speaking the truth.
We can
You
all
know?
sit at a
Allegedly,
We can all sit
Allegedly.
at a table and wait for the valets to ask us all to leave.
because
They got to get 4 valets.
they gotta
Because
get more valid.
there
Ain't
is
no cars getting moved while we're at
there is
that
a
table.
spot like a block away from here that I was planning on doing before I came here, but I was running a little late, so I'm probably gonna do it after. Yeah,
he doesn't stop. Batman.
dude,
I'm
you
telling
would
you.
not. I'm telling you, you would not believe the amount of places that I have lined up to go to. Like
Wow.
it's, I could hit 3. Like when we do one, I hit like 2 or 3 in the day. You know,
That's crazy.
but I like to keep them stacked. Like I have stuff for like the next month and a
Holy
half,
crap.
like to just drop every week. So I've been trying to put a video out once a week.
You
and then
sound
just-
like Batman and a hitman at the same time. Like I'm gonna hit this place, I'm gonna hit them, and then I'm gonna go have coffee with my girlfriend. Like nothing happened.
Are they mostly labor disputes, or is it other issues?
mostly labor disputes.
Okay.
That's my main thing that I
Okay.
want to stick to
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, 'Cause
Because
I'm sure there are other things. Going
other
on.
things like
What's one
other
of the craziest ones that are not related to what you do that someone's like, hey, can you help me get my pins back? You know, like something weird, you know. I don't know, just throwing something out
That's
there.
where you okay.
I did one recently about an art gallery. That was a different. I did that like last week or so,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that was different than all the other ones I've done so far. But this lady allegedly has been squatting at this place, and the landlord's super old and she doesn't pay him, and she just squats and like she intimidates him, and she's gotten into like fist fights with other neighbors that are there, and there's like legitimate businesses trying to move into these spots, but she's just squatting there with her art space allegedly. That's all I'm saying. That's like
Wow.
that's the info that I got.
Which was my favorite part of that last song. Allegedly.
You have, I mean, you never know. Like I try to vet people as much as I can.
Right.
You know, with like you got to send me something.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna do word of mouth. You have to send me
Yeah.
some text message or like
Right.
some kind of document. So I'm like cover my ass. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
always?
Yeah, I never thought that it was even going to turn into this, to be honest with you. Like,
That's
I
usually
just,
how it goes.
like, I did the Mez video and it just seemed to be a need for it. Now I have like a passion to do it. Yeah.
Gotta
It's
follow
weird.
That's
Like,
super dope.
and it's like, it's super easy to do. It's fun. I like to troll, you know, but, yeah, it's just something creative. I feel like in a sense too, with like the
Yeah.
way that I'm doing the videos as well. And I've always been a creative person. So I'm excited to show you what I have in store next.
It's fun because you're calling out shitty people and shitty businesses.
When
That's why it's fun. It's like you're calling them out for their shit that they've gotten away with for so long, and it's like, no, motherfucker.
dude, and it's the last
No.
thing that they probably thought, like, oh my god, I'm being called out on the fucking internet for this.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
the last
that's
thing
it
they
kind of
want.
like blindsides people. I feel like because it's like not happening.
Yeah.
And then when you do it on TikTok, and then the masses get a hold of it, they're like, oh, I actually have a buddy there, or I work there. It's like, yeah, fuck that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it may not happen immediately, but once it blows up or goes viral, then they're like, then they start to see their numbers drop. Like, all right, guys, stop talking to people. They start doing damage control.
Well,
already
that's
too late.
That's the battle I've been having in my head too about, okay, if I blow this place up, there's still people that work there.
Exactly.
And like a couple times in some of my videos, I'm like telling people not to go to these places, but at the end of the day, it's hurting the people that still work there. So like recently I've been changing that narrative because the battle in my head is like, I don't want these fucks to make any more money without paying their employees.
Right.
And by like getting people not going, they're not going to make the money. But then if people don't go, they're not going to make tips,
Right.
you know, because
Yeah.
like we all work off tips.
Yeah.
It's really
So it's
you
like
gotta-
a double-edged sword. It's like, how do I'm every day I'm thinking of like new approaches on how to say that without saying it.
Like,
It's
I
t-
want you to make enough money to pay your employees, but not enough to where you feel comfortable that you haven't paid your employees.
Well, I suggested this because I also did Schmitty's in WeHo, which the owners of Mez also own, that they weren't paying them as well. But I did a video out in front of there, and then like I think like a month later I did like another video. I think it was like a rant video because I do rant videos too, just like service industry rants. I was like, okay, if you go to Schmitty's go to Schmitty's, order a water and tip the shit out of the bartender. You know, like they need your help. Like that's the way to do it. Like go there, don't buy anything, but like know this is happening to the bartenders there. Order a water, sit at
I
the
like
bar,
that.
and just give them a tip.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
That's,
like that.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
I'm putting this in my
Yeah.
notes to clip because
Yeah,
that's
because that's what I was
fucking
thinking. It's like
amazing.
the only way that you really get them owners or managers to really care is by hurting their pockets. But yeah,
But then also that see again, and then that's hurting their pockets too with that person being in there not buying anything,
Right.
And you know,
No,
it's
no,
like,
that's the-
but at
no,
least
that's the
at
best.
least that bartender's getting that money that day.
knows what I'm saying? Like
You
that
know?
is the best workaround. So I get like that's the perfect workaround for that. Because
Especially when you have an owner complaining about paying however many dollars per hour to you when they're like, oh, I have to pay you this per hour. Okay, well, I'll go in there and get a water and I'll drop a dub on them and pay them what you would pay them in an hour, but you haven't been paying them.
That
so you're
is-
not paying them per hour.
Yeah.
That is
I've
the
paid
most
them more than
beautiful
you
thing
have.
I've
And
ever
guess what? Do you know what I said? You know what I've been saying lately with someone says, "Oh, I have to pay you this." I'm like, I'm selling you my time. At the end of the day, like I'm selling you my time. I'm taking time out of my day to work for you, and I'm selling you that time. So if you approach it that way, I feel like there could be like a bigger change with people's mentalities and not being able to be walked on.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Where it's like,
that's
especially after COVID, like it's like you realized how much time you had to yourself, and it was kind of nice. And like, no, this is my time. I need my time, and work should not be everything.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, because imagine
dope,
giving your employees homework to review a menu change on their own
For-
personal time that they're not getting paid for. That's mind blowing.
Well, also, this might sound weird to some people, but it's like I've said this to them before. I'm like, y'all are paying me the same hourly that like McDonald's gets paid. Do you know, like, you're paying me minimum wage. So it's like, why would I work any harder than someone at these other places that they say are low, low skill jobs?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what
But it's
they
like you're
say.
paying me the same amount that you would at like a fast food place, but
Right.
they're getting more now,
they are getting more. I was just about to say,
which
they
is
do
crazy.
get more. They do
I
get
mean,
more
that's
now.
great. That's great that they should. They
Yeah.
deserve it. But it's like at the end of the day, we're getting that low of hourly. So it's like, you want all of this out of me for this amount per hour? You're out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is like, not only am I selling you my time, but if you're good at what you do, like we are,
And you show up on time and you fucking do your job.
I'm also selling you my skill set. Like, I'm good at the job and I'm giving you my time, and and you don't want to pay me for that. Like, fuck off.
And then they try to belittle you into making you feel like you're little. Have you ever gotten that with managers? Like, they try to make you feel little.
Or
You've
make
worked at great
themselves
spots
seem
then.
bigger.
If you
Well, no, it's just I think how do I say this without sounding cocky? I think I present myself in a way that managers try not to really fuck with me too much. Like, I just do my job, I do it well, I call them out on their shit. They explain or defend themselves however they can, and we just kind of have a mutual agreement about it. And I think maybe because I started service industry a little bit later, like, I've never been able to be belittled that much in most of my restaurants, or I was actually really good friends with like most of my managers before.
You didn't start at
Yeah,
like
I
21
think-
years old.
No, I was like probably 27, 20. Yeah.
to go back to that, Mez was the only place that has treated me personally like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
before everything, so like that really opened my eyes. Like, this is like, and everyone else, it's just seeing how everyone was treated there and how they got walked all over and they wouldn't stick up for themselves. Like, that is what made me upset about the whole situation and
Yeah. And so
wanting them to speak up. Like,
you never saw anything like that in restaurants or bars in New York?
actually, the first place I worked at, but that was in like 2014.
Okay.
But it was like a small, like, underground, like it was in the East Village. It was like the size of this room probably, where like dive bar where celebrities went to duck their heads. It was weird. Like, I like my uncle Paulie got me the job there back in 2014. R.I.P. Uncle Paulie. But he got me in there, and it was like this weird dark celebrity place, and a lot of people doing drugs, and where the fuck was I going with? I'm so fucking high right now. I'm so.
So you were saying like that was like a place where you kind of got belittled earlier on?
Oh yeah, but it's like I think it's because like I didn't know how to like stand my ground or like ignore this shit. Because like if someone is coming at you, you get pretty good at like ignoring it and just kind of brushing it off.
Yeah.
But that was like my first spot that I worked in. I realized that like they're doing that.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
Are you Italian?
Yeah.
You got an Uncle
How do you know? Well, okay, so this was my friend's Uncle Paulie, but he was our Uncle Paulie.
That's
Italian. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's everybody's uncle.
Uncle Paulie.
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 Vinny. Hey, Vinny.
No, it's
Yeah, what do
you
guys-
mentioned
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What?
No. I'm gonna
Oh.
throw off the whole topic.
So you mentioned like bartending in New York and your experience there, and it's very similar to bars in Chicago, where it's different than here in LA, where they're like the customer. There's a lot of dive bars, speakeasy type places in Chicago because it's a very old city, and it's like that too, where it's like, what the fuck do you want? All right, cool. Or no, we don't have that. Pick something else. What do I have? Look at the fucking menu. Like, there's a lot of places like that.
Yeah.
So for me, when I was bartending out there, took a break and then came out this way, where it was a little bit more customers always right, even though that saying is completely misunderstood.
Dude, isn't you ever given them the menu and they're like, yeah, can I take your order? And then they're like, well, I don't know what I want. And I'm like, well, that's why I gave you a menu. Like,
Or
it's like they can't comprehend reading. They need you to spit off everything to them. It's like, just order the fucking drink.
What's
you
in
want.
this?
my favorite is when you hand them the menu and they like, so what do you have on draft? Like,
So right here under
yeah.
draft beers, just
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
right there.
do you guys have calamari? It's not there.
Do you see it on the menu?
Oh yeah. Do you guys have fries? No. There's a place you work that they always ask for fries. And they don't got no fries.
Do you ever find yourself when you go out with family or friends, whomever that doesn't work in the service industry, correcting their behavior?
Yeah, my mom.
Dude, same.
Dude.
Same.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
dude. Okay.
What is your mom? Yeah. Oh,
Dude.
yeah.
Dude.
What does your mom do?
She, after being 61 years on this earth, still does not know how to order. She sits there. You know, we get the menu. She skims through it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that. And we're just like, we sit there. We're like, are you sure? Because there's so many times that she's ordered it, and she's like, she gets it. I thought that's not what I ordered. Like that kind of shit. And we're just like, she's so indecisive, but I love the lady. And she will talk to every single person in the restaurant too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's where I get my extroverted at times, where it's just like I'll walk in the room and just talk to anybody. I think I get that from my mom for sure. But sometimes she's a little too like open with it and like almost demanding.
Yeah.
Almost a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it's like I've worked in these situations, I can tell their vibe. I don't know if they really want to be talked to like this right now, or like they're not going to play into it, kind of like, I don't, whenever I'm out with my mom, that's what it is. What about you?
Mine's is one, I had to teach her about not sending stuff back. Unless it's like, clearly it's wrong, but if it's just like, well, I didn't know it was like this, so now I'm gonna get something different. I'm just like, let's just take more time before you order. One. Two, similar to what you're talking about with your mom, she likes to go on a long story to say what she wants. Well, I was thinking about getting this, but I noticed that this doesn't really have this, so I'm wondering if you could actually put this ingredient here with that and da-da-da. And I'm just like, all right, before the server comes back, what do you want? Okay, you want a Caesar salad, but you want it with a different dressing. Let's ask if they could do that. If they can, then we'll get it. If not, then have your backup ready. And
oh my God, the backup though, that'll really throws her off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if they don't have the thing, that's it.
Yeah.
If they don't have steak on Christmas Eve, that's flank steak on Christmas Eve. That's the thing. I had this story, dude. This past Christmas, I wasn't home. My mom and my dad and my brother were all there. They tried to go to this restaurant. My mom was like, "We're going to this restaurant. They like to eat early. They went there at like 4 or 5. 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. They get there. Oh man, I can't wait. My mom's like, "Oh my husband's gonna have this flank steak. He's gonna love it." Get there. One flank steak for my husband, please. Oh, we're out of that today. Oh my God. The story that I heard from that, my mom, it ruined Christmas. It ruined Christmas. So guess what? She made sure to talk to the manager about it.
Oh no.
Calling back the next day.
Oh my God.
No.
And follow up.
This is my mom.
And ending up getting like $100. What? She left a Yelp. I don't know. But she ended up, and then they ended up giving her like $100 gift card there. So when I was in town in March, that's where we went, and they spent the gift card. And I was like, I'm so sorry, everyone here. I'm so like. And then that time we were there, they were out of the cake she wanted.
No.
So that was the whole.
She got a $200.
That's it. And I was like, and I looked at her, and I was like, we're not doing this right now. We're leaving right now.
Don't you start. Oh,
we can't come back. We can't go back.
Oh man.
And that's similar to this last one. But like my mom is definitely like that, because the next 10 times she goes there, she'll talk to them about the one time they didn't have that one thing. It's like, well, I hope you guys have it in today, because the last time I was here, I was like, that was actually 6 years ago. But sure, fine, whatever.
Bringing up old shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just better ways to handle this.
It
man.
is. And so you're
But
trying
I
to
get
teach
it.
them in the moment and without like embarrassing them, but it's tough sometimes. Hey, mom.
Thankfully, my mom isn't like that. Or has never done anything like that.
Your mom knows how to order?
Yeah. No,
man.
she's
I need to
always-
meet her.
She's always been on it. Even before I went into the service industry. She's never been in the service industry. She's just
Respect.
good with people. She just understands.
Yeah.
I rember she told this one story in one of our earlier episodes. She was actually on the show.
I'll bet.
And there was this all-you-can-eat revolving sushi bar.
Mhm.
And they were only open certain hours. So we go in, or no, this was her and who did she go with? I forgot. I think her and coworkers maybe. Anyways, goes in, whatever, orders, eats, and leaves a tip or whatever. And as she's running out, the manager, whatever, is like chasing her out the door, like, "Oh, hey, you got a tip, you got a tip." and lady was like, she's like, oh, you gotta tip them. They work hard. And she's like, then you should pay them more. But she did leave a tip. So like she's
Word.
always understood that,
Yeah.
even whether she agrees with it or not. I don't.
Look.
I'm not saying she doesn't, but like she did anyways. But the manager, whatever, ran out chasing her down for a tip. She's like, I haven't been back there since that day. But it's a really good spot too. But like I understand. Like you can't do shit
Sometimes
like
you gotta
that.
stand on business, man.
And she
Yeah.
said, but she never been back.
There's been a few places I don't go back to just because I'm standing on business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'd like
fuck
to
that.
go back, but nah.
But
I get it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
the
some
alternative
damage is done.
is, like he said, go and order some water and just tip the bartender.
Yeah.
Or
I
tip the
do
server.
like that
Like,
idea
oh, what can I
a
get you?
lot.
Just some water. Here's a 20.
Maybe in like
Don't
the
come
next,
check on me
next
again.
video if that's happening. I'll like do a call to action, do that. Like that'd be cool to like go to this place,
That's a great idea.
go get a
I love
water and tip the bartender.
Yeah.
I absolutely,
You
I'm all for
Fuck
that.
yeah.
And I'm so upset I never thought about that
Sit
until
at
you
a
said it.
server's table. Oh, we'll take 2 waters. Leave a tip.
Hey, don't
Dip
come
out.
back. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just came just to
Same
support
thing.
you.
Take
Yeah.
it. Let's
But, like,
start
Supporting the
taking care of
homies,
everybody.
you know?
That's why I
Yeah.
said earlier, like if you know some of these places where they're fucking over their employees for wages, if you have them, say them so people can go. Like call to action.
Yeah.
So go to these places,
Go to
order
my,
a water,
Yeah.
and just tip your server or bartender.
if you
fuck
go to
those
my
places.
my TikTok is Drug Seeker. My Instagram is Drug Seeker. You can find all the videos right there. And then you can go there and tip the hell out of the bartenders and the
Yeah.
Fuck
servers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Order a water.
Order
Don't-
water.
Order
Water.
water because it's
A
free.
water.
Water.
You know what
The
water is?
water.
Water.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from the Maryland, D.C.
Where you?
area.
Oh, I'm from Delaware.
Oh,
Dude, have we met before?
probably. Yeah.
Did you come into Mez?
I did one time on a horrible date.
Okay. Was
yeah.
I there?
I don't recall because
Okay.
the date was really horrible.
God, I saw a lot of horrible dates.
Yeah.
I do miss the bad dates. In Mexico.
It was
that
horrible.
was a lot of fun.
You know what sucks is I actually really like that place.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a cool spot. Although the last time we went in there, it was in November. And I actually remember this distinctly. It was either when we went in or I went in to apply. And it was during the Dia de los Muertos.
We went in. I kind of told him, go ahead.
Yeah. So we went in there. And, you know, they dressed it up, you know, to celebrate and whatnot. And we go in and, you know, they're playing Mexican music, banda, all that shit, Vicente. And then the music gets switched by the manager to like,
It was Taylor Swift. I remember.
was it Taylor Swift?
It was.
I know who that was.
It got-
I know who
They were
switched
they're
that
playing Taylor Swift right
music.
now.
Shit.
It
I
got-
love you.
It you know, just to be frank, like it went from you're in a Mexican themed bar who clearly celebrates Dia de los Muertos, has an ofrenda and everything else, and you're playing Vicente, and then you switch it to a white woman. What the fuck?
And the altar was wrong. Remember? Because
Yeah.
shout out to Phil, because Phil was there that night, and he was like, "Yeah, I told them to change the altar, and they won't change it." You know?
Yeah,
At least give me a transitional artist in between before you just go.
it was just like,
Taylor.
bro, it's during this holiday. You got the ofrenda there. This is a Mexican bar. Why are you playing this white woman? What the fuck? Because I saw him go to the iPad and switch it. I was like, whoa, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
It was like 10:30 at night.
Oh my god, bro, it hurt.
Yeah. Actually, Mondo and Melissa were there. That's
Hell
when we
yeah.
ran
Shout
into
out
them,
Mondo and
yeah.
Melissa, dude.
Shout
My
out to
two
them.
favorite regulars, dude.
Yeah, and that's another thing where we had overlap is like they were my regulars because they were handed off to me by the bartender who trained me. I didn't get to hand them off, but like when we were talking on Sunday, he's like, "Oh, Mondo and Melissa." It was like, "Oh yeah, they were your regulars after I left," you know, because they continued going there because they like that place, they like the energy of it, they love the cocktails until their favorite fucking cocktail that they drove 45 minutes to come get
Damn.
just got changed for no reason. No one asked for it to be changed. It was just fucking changed.
I like that place because it introduced me to one of my favorite beers, Belgian Beaver, the peanut butter stout.
Yeah.
You like that shit?
I
Yeah,
love it.
dude.
I
was the
love it.
first place I
It's
had it.
so good. It's so good when you make it
On
into an ICB.
nitro.
Yeah.
Have
it's
you ever
so
done
good.
a car bomb with?
Yeah.
We've done them here at the house.
Yeah.
That sounds slutty.
It's
It
so
is very-
good.
It's like a
such
Reese cup.
it's so
It's
fucking
like a Reese
good.
cup.
I wish we fucking
Until you
had some.
remember that you're lactose intolerant.
Oh man, then you're on the toilet.
Yeah,
You're
but it was
shitting.
delicious.
The trick is to always forget.
So you
The
just live your
only
life.
good thing that came out of Mez for me is that I met my lady there.
Aw.
Yeah, the first shift ever working there. That's where we met.
That deserves a round of applause.
So
Hell yeah.
that's the one good thing that came out of there.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
you worked there too?
No, she was a
Oh.
patron.
Oh, nice.
Dope. Your first shift.
You want to come over? Okay. She's shy.
That's okay.
She's camera shy.
That's okay. I mean, you got the glasses.
But yeah, all in all, good experience.
Dope.
I don't like the service industry. The only reason why I started working bartending is because I needed fucking money.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's like
it allows
That's
you
where
to
a lot of
do
us start.
other things
Yeah.
and chase your other ambitions
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
passions. It's one of the only, if not the only industry that gives you more free time because everything is at night. So you have
Yeah.
the whole day to work on whatever it is you're working on. Are you working on? What do you
yeah,
do
I do
outside?
music. Yeah, like music.
There you
like,
go. See,
that's what I've been doing for a long time.
Nice, man.
music,
Um,
acting, art, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, and that's the convenience of it is also why it's hard to get out too.
Exactly.
It's kind of
Because you were talking to me earlier about maybe possibly pursuing something else from bartending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing more 9 to 5
yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's
course.
like that. Doing that, you're like limited with like the
Fair.
amount of time off that you can get
Yep.
at a whim. You know, like I feel like in
Mhm.
service industry, it's like, oh, can you cover my shift these dates? Who can cover?
the
Da-da-da-da-da.
flexibility
I got
of
asked
it.
Yeah,
to
the
cover a shift
flexibility.
tonight, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I can't." Like, because we were doing this episode, but I got asked to cover a shift tonight. It's just how it always is in this industry, you know. And sometimes that's where the flexibility comes from, is from someone being able to take your shift.
Mhm.
But a lot of times that's only because they need the money themselves.
Yep.
They're just praying for you to give a shift. Ain't I? Will someone please call in?
So-
man.
Do you have any plans or have you been inspired because of that AI song to write a song about businesses in LA that are fucking over their employees?
Yeah, I just did one right there on the computer.
That was your guitar?
No, I'm just.
Oh.
No.
I was like, wait, you did the guitar? Or was it
He's
just
like,
a
I typed it into the AI. I co-wrote it.
Yeah, no, I haven't really.
diss track?
No.
No?
This
No, I thought about standing in front of I'm not gonna name which one, but sitting out there with my guitar and just like do all right. So
Trolling?
you know who the Naked Cowboy is in New York?
Yes.
So it would be like that, but standing in front of their business, like singing little diddlies about like what they're doing to their employees,
Fuck yeah.
just while people are walking by. But also like then I'll be that crazy person.
Right.
But I already am.
I mean, being the crazy person could divert the business.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
like you said earlier, double-edged sword where it's like, well,
Oh,
you don't want to take
yes.
away from the people
Right,
that work
People
there.
that work
Exactly.
there,
So you could throw a lyric in there like, buy water,
Yeah.
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 tip 20, ding, 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 ding,
Or
ding, ding, ding,
yeah.
ding, ding.
Oh, dude. Never mind. It's illegal.
That's fair.
The amount of thoughts that happen with that afterthought.
I'm just glad you settled on that one.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
It's
No.
probably illegal. That's
yeah.
If there's gray area, let's not touch it. I know there was one other thing that you had wanted to talk about if we got time. I know you accidentally drank out of my drink, so I probably set you up for failure. But I would
Dude, I'm
love-
killing it. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I just don't know if you really want to close out with this one, but you were talking about how you have your own TikTok following, but you said you really wanted to talk about how patrons come in just listening to TikTok videos and listening to stuff on their phones while sitting at your bar.
So
loud as fuck.
what's your guys' opinion on this?
I don't feel good about it.
So have you experienced like someone sitting at your bar pulling out their phone and just playing music and TikToks at a loud volume.
At a
Yeah.
loud
Oh, a loud
volume?
volume?
Yeah,
Hell
well,
no.
any volume, any fucking volume,
no
like
headphones.
with no headphones.
Yeah.
Like I think that is the rudest thing ever. And I did a rant about it on TikTok, and that kind of blew up. And it was like 50-50 with the comments, you know, being like, if you tell me to turn my phone off at your restaurant, I'll tell you to fuck off. And then I'm just like, I'll tell you to leave.
You can leave.
I'll just be like, dude, these are the rules in the restaurant. We're a private business. If you don't like the rules at our restaurant, then you can leave. You know, it's not like it's a public space where you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So I don't like the music out of the phones.
Disturbing the ambiance of a restaurant or bar just like for your own whatever.
Put some headphones on.
Yeah.
All
It's the
good.
same shit when you're taking the fucking train and
Yeah.
somebody's blasting their shit on their JBL. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your shitty fucking music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Put on your,
Yeah.
at least turn it super low where you can put it by your ear and enjoy it.
Well,
Nah,
the-
but they got to be cool, dude. They got to
Yeah,
look cool.
they want everybody to know what
With
they're
all the
listening
trap
to.
hi hats.
Well, the things I see mostly at Redacted are they're mostly women, but I've seen it with dudes too, where like they go on live or they
Oh my
have
God.
a phone call, and so then now they're setting their phone up while they're
The
eating
phone call
and
on
drinking.
speaker?
Yeah,
On
and like
speaker?
they're
Fuck
they're
that,
just
dude.
having like a phone conversation. It's on FaceTime, and they just set the phone up against like their drink or whatever, and they just have a conversation. And then I have a thing where like if you're on the phone, I'm not approaching you. I'm not engaging with you to ask you what you need or whatever.
You're busy.
And
You're
if
clearly busy.
you're busy, and I don't have time to sit there and wait for my like in. It's like I got other shit to do. If you want to engage with me, if you need something, then you will make yourself available to me at that point.
Or if the phone caller or whatever is loud enough on speaker, I'd inject myself into the conversation.
Oh, really? You did what?
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Can't believe you
Yeah,
do something like that.
You're definitely not getting served if you come up with your cell phone
Nope.
talking to somebody.
No.
Oh, hey, can I get this? I just ignore. And then once they do finally get off the phone, and I'll go over them and be like, they'll be like, I was trying to get your attention. I'll just be like, I was waiting for you to get off the phone.
Yeah.
I'll tell them
get
straight up,
yours.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, and like, a lot of people get offended by that. And they're just like, well, I don't want to
Get off
fucking
your
drink then. I'm like, okay, see you later.
bye.
It's cool.
It's like,
fine.
I'm not going to talk to you while you're on your phone. It's rude.
No.
No, it's rude to the person on the phone, but also it's rude for you to come up here with that as if you can't take a minute, 5 seconds to put your phone down. Say, yeah, let me get this, this, and this, and this. Cool. Here's my card or whatever.
Yeah. And now you're kind of like you're like telling me to wait for you to be ready to give me your order. And I'm just like, I got shit to do. There's other people that need to be served here. So yeah, fuck that. With
Dude,
that
was that like a shroom juice? Were there shrooms in there? I'm twinkling, dude.
What
Hold on, but I also wanted to say to the other people out there who think that that's not a big deal, you also, as the bartender or server, someone who's trying to take someone's order and they're on the phone or they're in a group of people, and then when you do finally, you're trying to be patient and get their attention, you do finally kind of get it, and they go, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, what?
You're definitely
And
not
then
getting
how
served at
rude
all.
is that?
Duck behind the wheel.
That's also how rude is that to the people next to you who are in line, who are waiting to order,
Yeah.
who I'm trying to get to, who they are looking at me and I'm not acknowledging them other than hold on a second, this person's waiting, and then they're like, nah, this person's not waiting, they're on the phone. So it's not just about you, and it's not just about the conversation you're having. It's not just about your order. No one fucking cares, man. The same amount of time that you're trying to spend in line, everyone else is trying to spend the same amount of time as you. So just don't just think about yourself, and don't just take it out on us, or think, like you said, people think you're being rude because you're like, I'm not going to talk to you while you're on the phone. No, you're the one being rude. You're the one putting me in this position to where I have to wait on you when everyone else has to wait on you for your conversation to be done. Your conversation should be done by the time you get to me. Sorry.
My go-to move for when people come up that like don't know what they want as a group or just as a singular person, I'm waiting on other people are waiting, is if I'm like, hey, what can I get you? Oh yeah, let me get what do you want? What do you want? And there's people next to them and they're looking at me, so I just look at them. I look like the person. I'm like, I do that communal shame, like
Check.
Oh, no,
you
I
guys.
point.
I'm just like,
I will literally point at the motherfucker in front of me. I'll stand there just like this. And when the other people looking around are like, why are you moving? I go,
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just like,
I'm going to say, right, they initiated disorder.
yell at them.
Yeah.
You
Like,
guys,
yo.
you guys ever had a customer try to grab you and touch you?
All the time.
Dude,
Yeah.
I hate that shit,
Oh
bro.
my
I haven't had
God.
that, no.
No, they'll grab me and tap me from behind, like at another place that I used to work at. But once they grab you, I lose it because I'm like, I wouldn't go to your job, reach behind your desk and grab you. You know, like what the like blows my mind when people do that. It's so rude.
Damn.
Or like if I had one instance where this woman came up, was like ordering for her friends and shit, and I'm just like this, like, you know, like, oh yeah, like hands on the bar, like, yeah, what can I get you? And they turn around and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else and order, and they're like start touching my hand. I'm like, are you ready? They're like, yeah. And then they turn back around to ask their friends, but they're like grabbing my hand and I'm like pulling away, but they're like trying to grab them. And I just
What the hell?
like this, like, what do you want? Like, don't fucking
just way
touch
too
me.
much.
Don't grab me. Don't try to like pull me in, like, because the place I work at, the music is loud, so people had to lean a little closer, which I understand. But a couple people have tried to like grab my shoulder, pull me in. I'm like, don't fucking touch me, dude. I don't
Hell
care.
no.
And also the place I work at, there's like, the bar has like an open space and it doesn't have one of those fucking barn doors to come down, so people feel like they can just come back here and talk to me.
Hate that.
And that's like my immediate trigger. And I'm like, go out now, leave. And I've had one or two people.
You spray him with the fucking garnish bottle. He's just spraying them with
Absent to the
Angostura. Oh, wait.
Don't make me set it on fire, bitch. No, and I've had one or two people, like, because my back is turned to that part of the bar, because I shouldn't be servicing anybody there. Nobody should be coming there. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder and I kind of just did the slow turn, like, get out of here. Oh yeah, I go around. No, just go around. Go around. Go around. Go around. I just repeat that over and over and over. I've had people try to talk to me like, yeah, go around. Go around. Go around. Do not care.
Damn.
Unless the building is on fire, which we would all know, there's nothing that important that you need to tell me that you had to come back here to where the mats are to get go around.
Has anyone tried to throw anything at you guys before?
No.
No.
I've gotten
About to come with a
No,
story.
I had to think about it.
'Cause I'll throw back.
I've had
Yeah.
people get ready to throw things, but no one's actually thrown anything yet.
That would be
I've gotten
stupid.
a couple beers thrown at me.
We have
Really?
so much at our
Yeah, in New York.
disposal. That'd be so
I
dumb.
was about to say, it definitely was more New York. Yeah.
Yeah,
New York.
this was like 2017, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't remember the situation, but I just remember full beer to the chest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
They're so expensive now, nobody would throw them.
It's liquid gold, baby.
but that would be dumb because we have bottles, we have tools, we have ice, water. We've got so much at our disposal. Why would you want to throw something at us? We could just,
Yeah.
bitch.
We do have more tools.
Yeah. Why would you throw anything at us? That's so dumb.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I was like, that definitely happened in New York, probably.
Yeah. It's like the Wild West over there. Well, it used to be. I don't know what it is like now.
Yeah.
Well, we should all go and do an episode in New York as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss New York.
Yeah.
I miss living there.
Maybe
haven't
call
been
it some
there since I
business.
was
You
a
guys ever
kid.
been there?
Oh,
Since-
yeah.
When I was
Yeah.
a kid.
I haven't been
but
there.
I haven't been as an adult.
Yeah.
So
I
I
lived there
really
for
remember
9
that.
years.
Oof.
Yep.
Shit, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
We could do like a big group thing and go out to fucking New York.
Dude, I
for a
wonder
week,
if even
figure it
any,
out.
like a lot of the bars are still open now. Like when COVID hit, a lot of my friends moved. Yeah. So
Same
I
happened in
have like a
LA.
little sprinkle of like maybe a handful of friends that still live there.
Yeah.
So
Wow. When I moved out here, a lot of the bartenders and servers I met out here moved to New York. They
Hmm.
weren't from there. They were from LA. A couple people I knew, they were from New York and they moved back. But I met quite a few people who they were from LA and they moved to New York like around 21, 22.
Damn.
So last couple of years. But before we go, like we said, thank you again.
Wait, hold
for
on.
Coming on, Nick. Oh, okay.
What is your red flag
Oh,
for
thank you.
customers?
oh shit. Red flag. Oh. Do you have a heavy hand?
Oh, man.
That happened to me the other night.
Make it with
strong.
love.
I don't know. Find out.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have my response is depends on how much you tip me.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a heavy pocket?
Then
How big's your wallet?
sometimes you say that, like I'm not condoning it, but in certain instances, I say, yeah, it depends on how much you tip me. And she's like, okay, goes 0 tip. I made to wait short. Like whenever that happens, I make sure I see
See it
what they
first.
do.
Yeah.
And then it was 0 tip, and I was like, well, you're getting a regular pour, honey. I did it with the jigger right in front of her. Like
Exact
it's like you didn't
measurement.
get it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I literally told you.
Wow.
So they just expect that's a red flag.
You just
What
want
is
a
that?
heavy.
What about
or no ice or light ice.
classic? Because I think they're gonna get more. What's
Yeah,
your
they-
what's your red flag for your coworkers? I would say
You go first.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
think about that for a
I would
second.
say for one of mine is ones that make conversation in a rush. Like where they try to
They
like
wanna talk to you when you're busy.
yeah, like where they go out of their way to make friends or talk or whatever in the middle of a rush. It's like, hey, yeah, I get what you're trying to do, but like this isn't the time right now.
Yeah.
We're in the weeds, so let's get their order. Hey, thank you. Yeah, you're great. All right, I'll see you soon. Boom. Don't ask them about their day, what they've been up to, how their project's going. Don't do that. Don't do that, because I'm over here fucking drowning.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Help
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Help me.
I guess I don't really I don't know, because I've never really had any issues with anyone that I've worked
People that leave side work that they're supposed to do and they leave it for you by accident. Like, I
yeah, I
forgot
guess
to
that's
do
a
it.
red flag a little bit, but I don't know. Never really had.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just maybe it was there and I just like was kind of oblivious to it.
That's good. I
You know?
you've
Oh,
had
yeah,
mostly good
yeah.
experiences
That's
with your
dope.
peers.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
It's like you've had better experiences with management, maybe, and
Yeah,
owners.
I
And
think
I've-
we just have an understanding
Yeah.
usually. I do have many red flags with coworkers. But
maybe if they like try to throw you under the bus for like or putting words in your mouth,
ooh.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
where it's like you know that they told your manager something because the manager's mentioning it to you, but you only told that person.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And they
100%.
twist it.
Yeah.
They twist it in a way to
Ooh.
like benefit them.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. I guess there's
Or it
one.
wasn't even something that you said to them. It was something that they were part of with you. Like they were the only other person there or in the room or something. So it's like, okay, the only way management knows about it is if you went and snitched on me to make it more beneficial for you. Because
Yeah.
I had someone do that to me a couple months ago. I was like, hey, this conversation we should have with the GM present, just because I want to make sure that I'm talking the correct way.
Right.
And then I noticed when they went to go get the GM, I overheard them trying to tell the GM their story as they went to get them. Like, hey, will you come out back and talk with us because me and Nando blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh man, damn. I just said I wanted them to be present. You didn't have to give them a backstory first.
To add to that, I think it leads to we need to have more open communication in the
Yeah.
service industry because one person will say something and it just gets lost in translation because like I feel like a lot of people have lost just like how to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just like it gets around and everyone's confused and everyone hears this person hears one thing, this person hears another thing, and then it's because nobody talks about it all as a group, then it just fucking blows up. So it's kind of like a therapy session. We're almost where it's like, yo, we got to talk about this shit or we're all going to end up hating each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or what I noticed is like somebody's emotions will now get involved in how they heard it because maybe it wasn't said with like all this context to like kind of like flower it up. It's just like, hey, can you just go do this thing for me? It's like, well, they are micromanaging me and telling me to do this and da da da. I'm just like, no, I was in the weeds and I just saw that they needed another drink. Can you just go handle that? Or someone just sat down and yeah. And then like their emotions are now involved with it as opposed to just kind of having a conversation about like, hey, can you talk to me like this or something like that?
And sometimes it's not that, and I'm not just trying to, make excuses for anyone, but sometimes it's not that you actually did talk to anyone in a negative way or said anything harmful or inconsiderate. Sometimes if a person already has their version of you in their mind, it doesn't matter what you do or say.
Yeah.
They're going to take it as, oh no, they said it with an attitude, or they had a problem with me, or we always have an issue. And sometimes literally it's like, no, we don't have any relationship outside of this. So I'm just always direct with you. It's not that
Just
I'm being
direct.
a dick. It's just the only reason you and I need to speak is about business. So I'm going to talk to you in a professional business. Hey, can you do this? Can you take care of that? Can you help me with this kind of way?
Yeah.
Because we're not friends.
Yeah.
You didn't do the work to become my friend. So we are just peers.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm being a dick. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Just you're a coworker. And sometimes it's just that simple. Not everyone likes you. Not everyone likes me. Not everyone likes
We don't
each
have
other.
to like each other. We just
No.
gotta
Yeah.
work together.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We just need
we
to make
all
the
have to
customer
be
like
here.
us.
We
Yeah.
all
You know,
gotta
we
be
all
here.
gotta fucking be there. So like, let's try to make the best of it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's it's been rough.
It
Yeah.
definitely has. Definitely has.
You got anything else?
No, I'm pretty good. Thank
Yeah.
you for grabbing that one. I really fucking forgot to
Indeed.
close out with the red flag. I almost forgot to
Yeah.
close out with the red flag. but
Thank you.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
love what you
yeah.
do.
Oh,
I'm a
thank
fan of what you do.
You're
I support it.
welcome.
I condone it.
Thank
I
you.
endorse it. I fully support
I
everything. you do.
stand
Thank you.
by it.
I stand by it 100%.
Hell yeah.
Call it the
Yeah.
bullshit. Call out these fucking businesses for fucking people over, doing dirty shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, and I think so. To end it, videos moving forward. If you want a shout out in the video, I am accepting donations on my Venmo, my Cash App. It's all Drug Seeker TikTok. Drug Seeker is the Instagram. So all of the info is in the links in my bio for all of that. So I'm gonna start shouting people out in the videos if they'd like to donate, and also it's getting a little expensive going to all these places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly, like they're all over town. So
Social justice
anything-
is expensive.
yeah, I mean, you could $1,
Yeah.
like whatever, just to
Yeah.
like keep it going, so I can keep calling out these places.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because-
and we'd also love to have you back in the future
Yeah,
anytime
please.
you'd like to come back.
For an
and
update?
Anything we can do.
Yeah.
For an update, call out
Yeah.
more places. However everything else is going. Because again,
Thank you
I
guys.
love what you do.
Cheers.
Yeah, you guys
Thank
let us
you.
know.
Yeah.
How would you like to see? How would you like to support this gentleman and his endeavor with what he's doing and everything like that? Like, let us know in the comments and hit us up and
And if you got a problem
Yeah.
with it, fuck you.
yeah.
I'm
well,
there for you, at your service. Just
Exactly.
Seeker here. The hell's going on in there?
deuces,
All right.
y'all.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on in there?
The hell's going on in there?